Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to share with you my best tips on how to choose your wedding dress. I'm getting married in July this year, and I got so excited in doing my wedding dress shopping. So I just want to share my best advice and also help you choose the wedding dress that is most appropriate for your body type. So before you start going into a boutique and choosing a wedding dress, I believe that first you need to identify what is your body type in the first place. And then after that, once you know exactly what is your body type, look for something that really suits your body type and creates balance and ideal proportion within your figure. At the end of the video as well, I will share my best tips and styling advice regarding color, style of the wedding dress compared to the venue, and few other fashion faux pas. So for a start, you need to know what is your body type. And for that, you need to take some measurements. The first one across the shoulder, across the bust line, across the waist, and across the hips. Okay, so there is 5 different body types. The most common one is the pear-shaped body type. So for this body type, basically your shoulders and bust are narrower than your hips. Okay, the waist is still well defined. There is many women with this type of body shape. For instance, Beyonce, Jennifer Lopez, Rihanna are all pear body shape. The second body type is the rectangle body shape. In this instance, your shoulders, your bust, your waist, and your hips, they are approximately the same size. So you really have like this kind of rectangular. Some other would say androgyne figure. Among the celebrities, we have Cameron Diaz with a rectangle body shape. The third body shape is the hourglass body type, which is considered by the fashion industry as the ideal body shape. Okay, so it creates this 8 figure where you have like a full bust, a full hips, and a really tiny waist. So it creates an 8 shape. And as a personal stylist, we are trying to recreate this ideal 8 figure by wearing the appropriate clothes, by creating balance. For instance, Salma Hayek and Sofia Vergara are hourglass body shape. Then we have the apple-shaped body type. So in this instance, well, your shoulders, they are not as wide, and your hips as well, but basically you will have a wider waist, and women with this type of body shape usually tend to put on weight at the waist, the stomach area, and or even at the back, and they usually have a very slender legs. For instance, Angelina Jolie, Catherine Zeta-Jones have apple body shape. Then finally, we have the inverted triangle body shape. So in this instance, you have a broad shoulders, a small waist, and a very tiny hips. Okay, so it makes an inverted triangle. Among the celebrities I'm thinking of, like Kate Middleton is an inverted triangle, Cindy Crawford, the 19th supermodel, they have this kind of inverted triangle body shape, which is back then, back in the 90s, it was considered the ideal body shape for a supermodel. So in this instance, to try to create balance within your body shape, we try to broaden the hips area. So how do you measure your body type? Basically, there is 4 different measurements. You just need the soft tape measure. Ideally somebody to help you, but you can do that as well yourself. You just need to put very fitting clothes, and you need to take the first measurement would be across the shoulders, all across the shoulders. The second one would be across the bust, Just make sure that you don't tighten up the tape measure too much, obviously. The third measurement will be at the smallest part of your waist, which is approximately just a little bit above the belly button. And the last one, the fourth one, will be at the hips, which is slightly below the hip bone. Once you know that, once you know your measurement, you can then identify your body type by looking at in which category you go into. So if you have broader shoulders, probably you are an inverted triangle. If you have a larger waist, you are much more an apple. If you have wider hips, you are a pear shape. And finally, if your bust and shoulders are the same width as your hips and with a smaller waist, you are the perfect ideal body type, the hourglass body shape. You just need to focus and emphasize your quality and not try too much to hide what you don't like in your body. So once you have figured out what is your body shape and in which category you fall into, then it will be much easier for you to go to the shops and shop for the proper wedding dress. You will consider the overall silhouette, the fabrics, the embellishments, but also the neckline. And I will also explain to you for each body type what are the styles that you should avoid. So for the hourglass body shape, which as I said has the perfect balance and has a perfect proportion. Okay, so the same size around the shoulder and the hips and a smaller waist. For this type of body type, you want to enhance your curves. You want to showcase your body and your figure, which is perfectly well balanced. Okay. For the hourglass body shape, the ideal silhouette in terms of wedding dress would be, for instance, A-line silhouette. A mermaid dress will emphasize beautifully your curves, a trumpet, fit and flare. Those kind of dresses will really suit your body shape and accentuate your 8 figure, your hourglass figure. For the neckline, if you are an hourglass body shape, I would suggest to go for a V-neck, deep V-neck, or sweetheart neckline. They really emphasize your bust, emphasize your hourglass figure, and give you really this kind of feminine romantic style. If you are an hourglass body shape, the things to avoid will be a ball gown, because it will create too much volume at the bottom. So since you have the perfect proportionate body, then it will be out of balance, if that makes sense. So really, trumpet, mermaid, A-line will cinch you at the waist and will keep your figure proportionate. A ball gown will just create much more volume at the bottom, and that's what you want to avoid. The other type of dress that you need to avoid if you are an hourglass body type is the empire. So it will be like if you are watching the show Bridgerton, you know what I'm talking about, all right? So basically, an empire waistline would be really narrow at the bust, and then it will flow gently from the bottom of the waist to the floor. These things you need to avoid, like avoid ball gowns, avoid empire cuts. The second body type is the pear-shaped body type, and as I said, it's the most common one among women. So you will have a narrower shoulders and bust line, a small waist but larger hips. Okay, so if you are in this group category, then your objective would be to create a little bit more volume at the top and emphasize your waistline. Okay, and create a little bit of flowiness around the bottom. So there is 3 different types of dress that will suit perfectly a body shape body type. The first one, obviously, it's an A-line because it suits so many different body types. Okay, it cinches at your waist, it emphasizes your upper body, and it creates a little bit of volume at the bottom, which will hide basically your hips area. The second one will be ball gown, which is for the same reason. You attract attention at the top, at your bust area, and then it will hide also the volume of your hips because it has this kind of big skirt hiding it at the bottom. The other type of dress that really will suit a body shape, body type, is the empire dress. So which is like tight at the bust and then flow directly from just under the bust to the floor. That type of dress would look really good for the pear shape body type, because in all of them you have a wider skirt that decrease the volume of your hips, if that makes sense. When it comes to neckline for the pear body shape, I would suggest more like a strapless top or off the shoulder. We call that in French le bustier, un bustier, that really emphasize your upper body. And if you are going with a ball gown or A-line dress at the bottom, or even an empire, it will make it really, your body look much more balanced. And of course, if you are a pear-shaped body type, I would personally avoid anything that is mermaid style. Okay, so a mermaid style, trumpet, fit and flare, because those one will accentuate your curves at the bottom and your body will be out of proportion. Then we have the apple shape body type. Okay, so in this one you have smaller shoulders, a bigger waist, and a smaller hips basically, and you tend to put on weight. When you put on weight, you tend to put on weight at the waist, at the back as well. Okay, so for this type of body, usually the objective is obviously to create some broadness at the shoulders and at the hip area to make your waist look smaller. If you are an apple body type, your best option would be the A-line silhouette, again because it suits all of the body type, and then the ball gown as well. Those two different type of silhouettes will create like a volume at the bottom, and that's what we want to do. So it will make your waist look a little bit smaller. In terms of neckline for the apple body shape, I would suggest like a V-neck or a very deep V-neck as well, work really well. And if you can add some kind of embellishment at the top of your dress, like for instance of ruffles or some embroidery, or what can I say, any type of embellishment at the top, that will be really good, because it will attract more attention at the top. At the bottom you have a ball gown or an A-line, so you basically recreate this hourglass body shape by broadening your upper body, your lower body, and making your waist slightly smaller. What I would avoid if I was an apple body shape basically would be sheath silhouette, or the column silhouette as well, the dresses that are really straight from top to bottom with a very stiff fabric. It won't suit your body and it will make you look even more apple shape or rectangular shape. Okay, so if you go for a sheath or a column dress, you will lose all of the kind of proportion and you will look more straight than rather than achieving this beautiful hourglass body shape. And I would also avoid a halter neck. That doesn't suit the apple shape body type. The other body type is the rectangle body shape. So in this instance you have approximately the same size across the shoulders, the bust, the waist, and the hips. Okay, so in this instance the objective is to create balance by widening the shoulders, the hips, and to make your waist look smaller. I recommend for this type of body type an A-line cut, obviously, and also the ball gown, because it will create volume at the bottom and it will make the waist look smaller. To accentuate your waist as well, you can use a belt or a sash. Some dresses, they have already a belt or a nice beautiful ribbon that you can add to draw illusion to your waist and make it smaller, like to really to emphasize your waist. And remember that any type of embellishment, beading, ruffles, lace fabric can recreate more dimension into your body type as well. So don't hesitate to go for this type of fabrics. The styles to avoid for the rectangle body shape will be the sheath column body dresses, obviously, the trumpets, the mermaids. Those type of dresses won't suit you because it doesn't create any dimension into your body. It doesn't recreate this hourglass body shape into your body. It doesn't widen your shoulders or your hips, and you will still look very rectangular. In terms of neckline, I would say lower neckline would be really good for the rectangular body shapes. Also V-neck. V-neck suits everybody and it creates like a beautiful elongated body. Then we have the inverted triangle body shape. So in this instance, the shoulders are much wider than the waist and the hips. And I'm thinking, for instance, Kate Middleton is an inverted triangle. Her sister Pippa Middleton are also inverted triangle. So the objective for this body type is to create volume at the bottom. Your best option would be A-line and ball gown. Again, because they add volume at the bottom and will make your waist narrower, and basically we de-emphasize the broadness of your shoulders. The best neckline I'm thinking of for an inverted triangle body shape would be, for instance, halter neckline, a scoop neckline, or even a V-neck neckline. It will soften your shoulders, make them a little bit look smaller, and it will recreate this balanced hourglass body shape within your frame. Also, don't forget that if you have an inverted triangle body shape, the sleeve will also de-emphasize the broadness of your shoulders. So if you don't want to broaden your shoulders even further, my suggestion would be to avoid a strapless neckline, avoid turtleneck and off-the-shoulder neckline, as well as cap sleeve. The cap sleeve doesn't look good on an inverted triangle body shape. In my opinion, I loved how Kate Middleton chose her dress. It has a long sleeve, this beautiful lace. It's like a ball gown A-line cut at the bottom that creates volume at the bottom. She chose also a beautiful V-neck that really narrow her shoulders and elongate her frame. For me, that was really beautiful on Kate Middleton. On the other hand, I do not like what Pippa Middleton went for her wedding dress. This little cap sleeve broadened her shoulders even more, and I don't think it really looked good. So it will make her even more inverted triangle. Although she chose like a ball gown and volume at the bottom of her dress. And that's it. Voila. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to subscribe or like or share or comment on my videos. I'm really new here on YouTube. I'm starting my new channel around fashion and lifestyle because I really do love that. So please don't hesitate to reach out and leave your comment below and let me know if you want me to do any type of video or give me any feedback. I really appreciate your support and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you.